America with the messenger of third eye knowledge. I don't want to piss in anybody's Lucky Charms or piss anybody's Cap'n Crunch, but it's good to see people thinking and having faith. It's great. But I wanted to bring it to a reality in which it's easier for the American people to understand. I'm with anybody who is just as pissed as I am about everybody going to the places of recreational um, enjoyment, pools, beaches, but not taking into consideration about how easily transmissible this virus is. And I wanted to say to those people, I really hope your grandparents or your parents don't get sick. You know, because we still have CDC experts and every medical expert going in research of infectious diseases, science, viruses, and everyday clinical administration. We don't know what we're dealing with. And I'm sure as hell you spring breakers don't know. So, why not think rationally and just out of consideration of being a decent human being? What makes you think you're any more immune or less, eligible of getting it? Now, let's move on over to Kevin Asset, Trump's advisor's lovely comments today. Yes, that's what we are. We are human livestock, and that's what we'll ever be. That's all we'll ever be under the 1% of this country and the 1% of our human existence. That is what has been set up through the masonry of what you would call pacts and cults. You can look into Freemasonry. It's very common. It's very easy to learn. It's easy to understand. These are people within the Republican Party most of the time, and so-called Democrats, but I call them wannabe Democrats. Pelosi, Schumer, all those motherfuckers. And they make pacts. We are going to keep the working class where they are, and if anything like this comes around, we're going to browbeat them with false information and make sure that at least 80% of the working class society is dead, gone, moving. Then they set up industry. They set up more opportunity for their society and their people, and then they also breed a whole lot more to make sure that the 1% are the overall existence in this entire country and world. It is us and them to a T. I've looked into some novels that are being written and released right now. The difference between us and them. I like it. I think it's very informative. I think it sheds a lot of light on anyone who's confused about the truth of us and them. But us and them is simply that. There are objectives that are at play here that are getting closer and closer to accomplishing. I wanted to point out Space Force. People that are discussing it as a possible inhabitants on another planet, don't rule that out. Please don't rule that out. There's been legends in myths, and I think they're pretty much coming to light on some of them. What makes you think for a second that your 1% won't pack up a ship and go to another planet and leave us here to die? What is stopping them? They're evil. They don't understand humanity. They don't care about humanity. They care about power and greed. Yes, I'm waking motherfuckers up tonight. And I'll show you the difference between conspiracy theory and logical and realistic theory. The realistic theory here, which is no longer a theory, I think it's been pretty much debunked to the examples that we have seen in this country the past 3 years. They finally got an elected moron. Keep calling him a moron. He's not stupid. The guy plays stupid. Okay, Trump is going to be the bumbling retard, and we are going to pull his strings. The people are going to get mad. We give him a $1,200 check, we lock him down, restrict them a little bit, tell them it's okay, open the country back up, our stock portfolios are back to normal. And if they try to disagree, don't disagree, physically, yet. If you think for a second that you're going to vote him out, I want you to stop and think. This man is the most mobbed up motherfucker right now in the highest office in the world. This man's administration is pulling strings with Senate, which I guarantee eventually we need in this country to demand an investigation into our Congress and government. There's probably a couple high judges in that fucking White House that are making sure that that man stays where he is and he's appeased. Do you think for a second Trump plays golf with Putin and Xi? He loves the ideology of fascism. He's trying to make America fascist. It is fascist, as a matter of fact, America. Let's stop and think about this. You don't agree with them, you don't make it. You bitch about your fucking jobs and being sick with coronavirus, they'll make sure they're silenced. Tell me why I still can't get a coronavirus test, unless I'm almost dead. Oh, well, they're just faulty. They're just making them a little while ago. They've been having PPE and tests on the table for infectious diseases and viruses like this since 2009. They've had this technology for over 17 years, America. What makes you think that they don't have it? Oh, yeah, I get it. You think that you think that they're for the people, America, the land of the great and the home of the... No, it's a bunch of bullshit. If you are part or have a bloodline and or relation to the 1%, then yes, you are American, you're great. But if you're just a working either in American or immigrant or illegal immigrant waiting on a green card or whatever the case may be, you are nothing but a pile of shit and expendable human stock, and you are put to work to die. That's all you are. And you right-wingers keep going all over the fucking free platforms of progressive media, dogging everybody, but at the end of the day, you're about to lose your shit too. You're about to lose your healthcare, you're about to lose your job, you're about to lose your home, and lose your life. Stop being a fucking dumbass, arrogant, ignorant prick, and realize the fact that we are all expendable people. We do not matter to the United States government, treasury, judicial, nothing. We need to start forming our own governments, utilizing our state government. You think these people in Washington are going to care if it resurges? Absolutely not. And if our state government tries to lock it down, how many idiots are about ready to get bashed if you try to fight this? Because I guarantee you, America, any of you that are against the restrictions and the masks, you will be silenced by your community members because they'll silence you. Because this video is to inspire the rational thinking and the hard workers that are demanding that our country go back to the democracy in which it was built on. Making sure that we are one unit, moving as one unit. Making sure that we make a mark on human history. That's what this video is about tonight. Waking up everybody that keeps walking around thinking that these masks are stupid and everything is to lock us down. Let me tell you something about lockdown. They pick you up, put you in the back of a car, take your shoelaces, cuff you up, throw you in a cell, bring you to a judge, throw you in a prison cell, close the cell. That's lockdown. Just for everybody that keeps calling this a lockdown because you're fucking retarded. That's lockdown. Being told to be mindful and look out for your fellow brothers and sisters in your community who are more prone to, sickness. That's not lockdown. That's being a decent human being, and that's the CDC and health experts trying to remind you, hello, we are the geniuses. You are the idiots. Listen to the fucking experts. This is for right-wingers and anybody that is still supporting Trump. We will rise. And if it keeps going in this fucking direction, and we keep watching our people die, and we keep being told that everything is okay when it's clearly not, and they're not going to do anything to make sure that the 40 million individuals in this country that have lost their job because they said to go home and we got your back, and then now they're fucking us, we will rise and we will take back the country. I'm speaking above progressives, I'm speaking above independents, I'm speaking for people that are sick and tired of bullshit. This is the violent Americans. I'm speaking for Americans that have lost everything. I mean everything. That took them 20 years to work for. Losing their children, losing their fucking relatives, losing their fucking federal and financial security for a bunch of babies that don't want to just stand a little bit away from somebody. Put a mask on for the elderly individual that's like 70 years old, maybe be a veteran, maybe be somebody who was of significant importance to someone else that you don't know of. And they take you out of the store, take you behind the store, and smash your fucking brains in. Because your president thinks that's funny and thinks that's great. Think that's real American to punk somebody who's 70 fucking years old and more prone to sickness than any of we are. I encourage the Americans to take your communities and look out for your elders and look out for people that are more prone to sickness and more prone to homelessness and more prone to starving to death and dying because you're supporting a leader that wants us evidently dead. Those are the examples I present to the American people. You can do with them as you may. I encourage progressives. You guys are doing an awesome job speaking to our community, and that's exactly what we are talking about. Jobs, and getting our lives back, and getting somebody into the White House, yeah, that can definitely bring the country back to where it used to be before Trump took office. Absolutely. And maybe even a little bit better, because yes, Obama made some mistakes. But America, to end the video, you do need to realize that the next leader that does come, hopefully that is a leader of democracy and of the working class heroes, that's great. But we do need to have the guts also to start moving into a direction in which we are not stupid and keep our mouth shut and not utilize this when we see our president fucking up. Or maybe not doing something that needs to be done to the best of their ability for the country. But I guarantee it right now, America, we may need to do a lot more from our perspective, our side of this country, to make sure that that democracy is taken back for the people and the working class heroes and the medical professionals that have been working on the front lines and the military. Because your president, to remind America again, has ripped away veterans' benefits, have ripped away coverage for our men and women on the front lines in the medical field, and also cost the American people 40 million jobs because he wanted to play golf and he wanted to make sure the public sectors were paying the 1% and keeping them the almighty. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. It gets intense at Third Eye, but welcome to consciousness and truth, and a very high level of awareness. Please share this in an email to a loved one. Like it, subscribe to whatever you feel, and drop a comment down below if you have any more information that you would like to provide us out here at Third Eye. Peace and love.